So it's not overly long.
So you would have noticed, Phil, tonight you could just join my game without asking or anything like that.
Yeah, I
Yep,
did see that.
I went through my settings and I set it up so you can always just jump in without asking. And also, I upped the resolution that I transmit the broadcast in, so we'll see if it looks better.
I noticed it was looking pretty good already, so hopefully yes.
Yep. So it's set to maximum resolution now. So we'll see how you go.
Fantastic. So, just rounding back on Thursday, how many putts did you take?
I took 9 putts. No, I took 10 putts because I was on the green in 1.
Well, you on the green?
You took 11 putts.
No, I wasn't. I chipped on, and then I chipped on. So I was on in 2.
Oh, this is.
Yes, I did take 10 putts.
Wow.
Well, the game is up there if you want to watch the 15th hole at some point, Phil.
Oh, God damn it. So it is.
Wow. Wow. So, Dave, Ballarat Dave, how long were you able to maintain a empathetic silence before you?
Oh, there was no silence because it was just horrible.
Okay.
Absolutely horrible to watch what happened to him.
Right.
But Andy didn't have much more fun either. He managed to stick his.
I think I had a 6. We went 3, 6, 12 on the hole.
Wow.
But it only happened to me once, where it came back, and But with poor Dave, he it happened about 4 or 5 times, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, did you see that shot? That went really weird.
It looked horrible.
Yeah, it went chunk, 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 and we'll see what happens again, hey?
Yeah.
But that was very strange.
If it continues to happen, it's bad enough that it might be worth swapping for me hosting, but we'll see what happens. It might have just been a one-off. Not downloading anything, Andy?
No. If it's
that's smooth. That one's fine.
Okay, I'll just play it by ear, I guess.
Yeah, nice and long and straight. Oops.
Yeah, it really depends on how it's playing for you guys.
Is this wind strong or gusty or what?
Gusty. So it's going looks to be between 10 and 20 miles an hour.
That was also smooth for me.
Yeah, it was smooth from my end.
Right, it was smooth from my end as well.
Oh, yeah. Yours is the test, Andy, because yours was the one that wasn't smooth. So let's see.
How close is that to the water?
Yeah.
Closer than I'd like it to be.
And look at the red stake, just there, right in front of you, just about.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Although, okay, the red stake's not the bad one; it's the white stake, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
What a
This
shot.
looks a good shot.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Was that smooth enough for you?
That was smooth, all right.
It was chunky from my end, but not as bad as the first one.
Oh no!
Oh, come on!
Really, seriously, no backspin at all.
A little bit harsh.
It was. How's the picture looking, Phil?
Pretty good. it's pretty sharp compared to normal. So it's slightly stop start, but nothing too major.
Good.
Yep, good work.
That's a good start.
Ta.
Very strong. Birdies on the par. Wrong with that.
You're on the back foot, Dave.
Didn't take long. Didn't feel like I did much wrong either. I thought my second shot was good. It just didn't check.
Right.
You didn't chop
So-
it enough, Dave.
Indeed.
Right. No, I'm not going to take that. I'll do. I don't think there are too many trees on the course.
Reminds me a little bit of Kiowa.
I can't remember playing this course.
No, I can't either. That's
Oh.
another beauty. What's going on tonight? Superb.
Ta.
Greg 183. It's got to be the 170 you guys are hitting. Oh, bugger.
Oh, Dave, it's not the easiest start you've had so far.
No.
That could have been better. Pretty big greens here, so I'm expecting to see some Wagga putts at some point.
This one looks like fairway, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just enough break on it to keep you honest.
Wow. It almost didn't break at all. Maybe half the ball. Yeah, this is flat. It's got to be.
Well done.
Good work.
Just enough on this to make this move. Oh, Christ. Not that much. That was a poor putt. We have a new leader.
Good.
Bit early to be calling leads and stuff, but
Okay. 335. Should be able to get pretty close to this green.
no.
It's not bad. It's 40 yards. Ooh, that could be a dodgy length bunker shot, Dave.
Mind you, if it got up on the green, would have been a shocking putt.
Well, we shall soon see when Dave puts it on the front edge. No?
No.
Well, if the wind had jumped to 20, there might have been a chance. It dropped down to 11.
No, I've got missed it on the left, maybe. Stop. Ah, bugger.
Right, 40 yards. And try the 9-iron. Bite. No!
Oh, didn't bite very well at all.
No.
Right, suddenly I sense a little opportunity.
Go for it. Grasp that opportunity.
Gee,
As I intend to with mine as well.
that's a little bit right to left. That's about all I worry about. About getting the right amount on it. 86. I guess I don't need to ask if this course is sea level.
Don't need to ask if this course is what? Sea level, yes. It is sea level. Definitely. Pretty good.
Yep, right shot.
A superb example of a decent short shot. Superb.
That's pretty good too.
Mm.
Great. hit almost full. This went nowhere.
Well, so far we've had holes which are down breeze, so I can only imagine the sort of fun and games that'll happen when we get crosswinds and winds against.
Yeah, they'll be coming.
They're coming. Should rest. All change.
Told you, it's too early to be talking about leaders and shit.
Yeah, well, I'm back to equal leader. I'm pretty happy. A scratchy start.
Hmm.
I don't care.
Crying out loud.
I got his
It's
Andy.
the same bloody shot. It's not a big hook, it's just enough of a. I'm trying to hit the ball straight or with a bit of fade, and it's just hitting it the wrong way. That looks better, that's the line I wanted. Oh, Dave's gone Uncle Dave.
I did.
Well, it's a narrowing fairway. It's not a bad idea.
Eight. 3. Not bad.
It'll play.
It could easily be flat. Seem to go a little bit right to left. It's got to be that.
I think you took the 105 club, did you?
I did, and I didn't chop it.
I took the 91, Dave.
Damn it. Not worked that out very well. Well, too much break early to putt it. Like shit.
Yeah, nice chip.
Yeah, good result.
Okay, no. Sure whether there's anything in this. Oh, there wasn't.
Oh,
Just
Wow.
too hot.
Wow.
Well done.
So,
Well, we can throw a blanket over us.
yeah.
Okay.
oh, okay.
So, 224. Oh no, this is a crosswind.
Yeah.
But you've almost hit the middle of the green there, Dave, with that.
They can't make it. Look at that.
It's got the two hybrid out. The one hybrid. We should find out.
It's the 2 hybrid.
Nice shot.
Yep.
Actually, I think you both got it. It looks to be a little spine. And unfortunately, I'm the wrong side of it.
Here's our first semi-wogger.
It's more than a semi-wogger.
40, 12. Okay. 13, 47, 13. 47, 13. So got a 50, 13. 50, 13. 65, right, okay. 65. 65. Hmm. Uh,
Yeah.
Vicious.
Ask is fine.
well, you two have put it in the right area of the green.
Yep, well, Dave's got two choices here. Which one will he take?
Well, either way, it's being putted off the green. I'm not going to give either of you bastards a read. Fuck, it's pretty bad regardless of what I decide here.
Oh. Not a bad read in the end. It might have been correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. How much left to right is this? 2. That's quite a bit there. Quite a bit there. Quite a bit there. Boy. Um. Well, there seems to be an awful lot of movement here
Well,
on the leaderboard.
we haven't had a drawn hole yet.
No. If you remember that Thursday game, we sort of said, oh, we've had quite a few sort of, you know, it was static for about 6 or 7 holes, and then he went.
It went the opposite. It really did.
No, I think this is going to play as a full par 5.
I would say so, Dave.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He is now.
I thought for a minute that you found some secret line that
I found some sort of secret misfit, Andy, more than a secret.
I think that's the first fairway of it. Be fairway. Yeah.
Slightly bad news for you, Phil.
What's that?
There's super prawns here tonight.
Oh no!
Yeah, I came up with a new dipping sauce, so I had to buy some more. Test
Wow. All right. Well, if you need a second opinion at any time,
it. Okay.
that's all right.
Well,
Yep. No, that's good. Gee, there's some feasting to be done around at your place lately.
there
That,
it is.
yeah, those prawns are pretty good.
Yeah, well, it was Landry's birthday. Don't forget that.
Yes. Well. I was just thinking too. I saw a preview or something of a movie just in the last day or two, and I thought I'll take note of that, and I've forgotten completely what it was. But it's got Dakota Fanning in it.
Has it just come out?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's not Watchers.
I can't remember. Yeah. I think-
Because you was in one called The Watchers, which was a disaster. But I think I know the one you're referring to. It's a new one, which is just coming out.
Okay.
And it's got quite a good cast.
Yeah, I think we were watching Netflix, I think, when I saw the ad for it. So maybe it's a Netflix. So I can't be sure. It's just it's funny. It was in one ear and out the other, really, within seconds.
Did you go for that little trip out to Elwood the other day, Dave? Or wherever it was?
No, I didn't.
No. Because Dakota Fanning is in Melbourne at the moment, Phil.
Yeah, filming.
That must be what all that security is around the convention centre then. The word's got out, Dave.
Was it called The Perfect Couple, the show you saw advertised, Phil?
It might be. Yes, it might be.
All right, 79 yards, 15 feet uphill. Okay. Allow for wind. Less than 20. Not 7. Oh no.
It was a
Less than 20.
misjudgment.
I lunged at it and copped the high wind at the same time. It's a match made in heaven for disaster.
Sure.
That looks better. Very nice.
Super flop.
Super flop. It looks a bit far.
No, never.
Yeah, it's amazing, Dave. This is the one shot that you seem to get more distance on than I can.
Yeah, I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, I would never hit a flop here. It would have to be a pitch.
See what this does. Yeah. Oh, it's a little bit short, but still perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, it's about right.
$31, 36 feet plus the wind.
Shots.
Good shot.
Oh.
One thing I found out the other day, which I didn't know, and it is in relation to Australia, and I did not know that your pensions were means tested.
Yes.
Indeed, they are.
Mm. So you can't have 4 houses and get a pension.
The only exception is the family home. It's
Yeah,
not
you can have your own home, but yeah, you can't have additional homes. But that's why some people, especially when they're empty nesters and they have a massive house which they no longer need, they don't really want to sell it. One, because they've lived in it for years and years, and two, if they sell it, then they'll have cash or other assets on hand that'll prejudice their pension.
correct.
It's very interesting.
So that tells me that they don't means test the pension in England. Okay.
No, we have a system where we not only on our incomes during life we get taxed, whatever the rate is, but we also pay another levy which is called national insurance. Now I don't know whether you have that separate levy, but the national insurance contributions kind of it doesn't fund our state pensions, but it's an enabler to work out the size of the pension you get, because if you have so many years, if you've had 35 years or more, I think it is, where you've been paying these national insurance contributions, you will get the full state pension. But if you've only contributed, say, for 20 years, you'll only get about sort of half of the pension.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a means test in reverse. It's based on your contribution.
Yeah. It's in a way, it's sort of like our super in a small extent, in that it depends on actual contributions during your working life.
Yeah.
But I guess that's probably the only connection. But I did work when I was when I was teaching in Bangkok. I did work with an English guy. Worked with a lot of English guys, in fact. But one guy was an ex-captain in the British Army. But he really made a point of continuing those contributions, and so I didn't quite understand it. But he said, yeah, you got to contribute. So he sort of voluntarily was making contributions from his work and living in Thailand into the British system, so that he'd have access to that when he retired.
And,
Well, I was going to say, kind of very similar to what I did just before I retired in about the last 2 or 3 years. So I'd retired from work when I was 60, I think 60 and a bit, but my state pension didn't kick in until this year when I was obviously 66. But because I was just, I think it was 3 years short in my contributions, I made a one-off lump sum payment to give me those extra years. So it worked out at something like I'm now getting about £15. I think it was something like £15 a week better off by making this lump sum. And as long as I didn't croak before I was, say, 69 or 70, then the money that I coughed up when I was 64 means that I'll be basically making money on the pension.
Yeah. That's good. So if you do 10-part, no sim self-immolation.
Yeah, no self-immolation going on in County Durham, Phil.
That's good. I'm happy to hear it.
Oh bugger, that's close. I didn't get the draw. Oh God.
it's safe, Andy, but it's twice you've had a look at the water.
Yeah.
I've decided I don't want to look at that water.
So, which brings me on to the next question, which was assuming you are entitled to a pension in Australia, how, if you get the full state entitlement, how much does that work out to be in Australian dollars, roughly?
Not sure how much it is. I'm guessing it's probably around $1,000 a fortnight, but I'm going to.
And what's the
I
rate?
don't think Dave or I even qualify for pension payments.
Ooh.
Yeah, you could have like 200 grand in the bank, and you'll still get, like 70% of the pension, something like that. Right.
I'm just googling right now.
Yeah, the basic rate is $1,020 a fortnight, and everyone gets that. Even if you've been on the dole your whole life, you still get the full pension.
So that's $2,040 in 4 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what does that translate into English pounds?
800, 900, maybe £1,000.
I don't know what the rate is at the moment.
Used
Is
to
it
be
about
66 or something, but
Yeah, so it's 900 and something pounds.
Yeah, well, actually, that's not dissimilar to what I get every 4 weeks, and I think it works out to be.
Yeah. So, and I'm just looking at it here. The income test is, I'm assuming this is before you get the pension, or is it after? Your assessable income must be less than 63,500 if you're single, or 97 odd if you're a couple. Well, maybe, yeah. Well, surely that test has got to happen before they factor in the pension. So, you've got to be earning otherwise quite a bit off, and most people in Australia would be, I guess, earning off super.
Yeah, I've just checked the amount that I get. So on Friday, I'll have a cash injection of £884, which is not far off the 2,000.
Yep, does sound very similar.
Yeah, and the asset test is if you're a homeowner, singles can have up to 686,250, and couples $1,031,000. Make sure to take that 31 into account.
So
But
is that the?
I guess that must be the valuation of the house, isn't it? Because if you're not a homeowner, singles can have up to 938,000, so that's pretty much 50% more, and couples 1.283 million. So if you don't own a house, you can have more.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe no. That's 686. That sounds like on top of your house.
Yeah,
If
and
you're a homeowner,
it is on top of your house, but it's graduated, Phil. It's not like
all or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've only got 200,000, you might get 80% of the pension. If you've got 300,000, you might get 70% like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not unreasonable, but I mean,
Okay.
they'll make it worse over the next few decades as more and more people get onto that. It'll become, a real burden for the country.
As the boomers the boomers are well and surely in there, but as even more boomers go in there, we just have to put these, Gen Zs and millennials to work, to make sure they can pay for it for us.
They're the poor bastards. So what will happen is they'll dial back the pension, time it bit by bit by bit over the next 30, 40 years, and then the pension will be crap for the current teenagers and 20-year-olds, even though there's less old people.
Well, I guess that's why, they've got to be a bit smart and get into the super a bit more.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things they can and will do, and if in doubt, they'll just do it death by 1,000 cuts and make it small enough changes that no one riots.
Yeah.
That's what they tend to do.
Well,
Or
that's,
maybe by 30 or 40 years' time, AI and everything will have taken over all means of production and we'll all be on a universal basic income.
Or just started World War III and solved the problem.
What all that post-war reconstruction to build economies again.
How did that go in?
Well, I didn't even see it because it sort of jerked, and then I heard the ball going.
It did for me too, but it froze 6 inches from the hole, but it was already under
Yeah.
the hole, and it somehow
Yeah.
went in.
Yeah, it froze for me as well, and I didn't even hear the noise.
I thought it had missed for sure.
It's flat, but it doesn't look flat. I'm going to go slightly there. Oh, he's doing a leg cock. Damn.
oh dear. Ooh,
Geez, that
There's
was
a
jerky as well.
It was having a peek to the left. With the tide, it's a bit alarming.
par 5, 482.
A bit more. Oh.
That's a very nice shot.
Ta-
It is a nice shot. Hallelujah, finally a straight shot. There's a tiny bit of fade, just held it into the breeze.
And Bruges, Dave.
Easy to do.
Yes, the reason for all this interest in what is going on in Australia and their pensions is it's quite clear that our new government they keep on sort of this mantra of we're not going to raise taxes for the working man.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
middle class, watch out. That tells me.
So the working man, some people are now starting to think that the government will not just stop at the winter fuel allowance for the pensioners, but they'll also start going after their pensions in various different ways. So the silverbacks, my generation, you can pay your bottom dollar. If this keeps on going on, we're going to have people in Zimmer frames marching up and down the streets.
Yeah, they can get them interlocking to form a nice barrier
Yeah.
on the picket line into Parliament. Yeah, it's yeah, and it's a worry too, because of course when you stop earning an income, you're quite dependent on how things were organised at the time that you actually gave up work.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of one or two things that have happened where people have made sort of lifestyle choices, and I certainly did, based on what was going to happen in when I got to 66. Now that thing has come to fruition, and there was another thing that was mooted, which I hadn't considered, but I thought, oh Christ, and that is that people like myself who have a state pension, but I have private pensions which are worth a little bit more than my state pension. There's an inference that the income you got from your private pensions would then be, it's already subject to income tax, but there's also a suggestion that it could be subject to this national insurance contribution,
Mm.
which is a bit odd, because the national insurance contribution is the determinant in how much state pension you get.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Sounds
one
like the
thing
private pension's equivalent to our superannuation.
It does sound a little bit like that, doesn't it? That because
Yeah,
it is dependent on how much you put in yourself personally along the way.
yeah, I mean my occupational pensions, I obviously paid in. There's, it was, I think it was called the Teachers Superannuation Scheme, and that was what it was. So I don't know how much I was coughing up, but yeah, I mean, with when I left those, especially the teaching one, it was only worth, I think it was worth about 2 or 3 thousand, but that was 20 years before I retired. But by the time I got to retirement, that 2 or 3 thousand had morphed into about 7,500, which was, I thought, oh, I can live off that when I factored in my postal pensions as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't pay national insurance on the money that I get from those private pensions, but I obviously, all of my revenue, they basically lump it together and they work out my tax-free portion, and then tax me appropriately on the rest of this taxable income.
Mm. Yeah. I guess the one common theme is that it sounds like that national insurance, like superannuation in Australia, super in Australia is basically a honeypot made up of trillions of dollars, and so it attracts all sorts of types, but it also attracts government because they see that, like it's a huge amount of money sitting there, and the temptation always is to say, well, if we skim 0.01% off the top, that's actually quite a huge amount of money.
Well, that's looking good. It's looking good.
Wow. Nice putt though, really nice.
That was a very good putt.
that distance. Ooh. Could this be flat?
Right.
Break early, but then I think it's flat. Yeah. Right. Oh no, you idiot.
Oh, it was-
I think it was going to slide under.
yeah. Compared to the course we played on Thursday, there are we haven't come across any holes which have had ridiculously unfair greens. I mean, if anything, they're towards the other way where they're quite benign in general.
Yeah.
There's just enough to keep us honest. Good.
So,
We have a clear leader again. Well, we had one before, but we have a clear split in the whole field. One, two, three.
Back in last place again. Went from last to first to last.
interesting.
Right. Well. Don't you dare. That's it.
No fairway dramas here for anyone.
No.
No.
There could be some green dramas.
Oh, it looks like a green where long is really bad and short is also pretty bad.
But there's only one thing to do.
Hit it perfectly.
It's we want to be in oh baby territory again.
Oh, I definitely don't want to be long. It looks terrible. Right. Can't afford to be long. Oh no, I'm long. Right.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, well
dang.
done.
It stopped. It stopped. Oh.
Hmm.
It's a bit too exciting for my liking.
Oh, well, I have gone big. Well, Dave.
Got the green to yourself, Dave.
Yeah. Alright, I've got no idea with this one. I don't think I'm going to play a full 77. Fuck. Oh, well, whatever. I knew that was a chance.
Whenever a golfer says whatever before he hits, it never ends well.
Okay. Oof.
Yep, good shot. Not a lot of jerky on the small.
Yeah, lots of it.
It might be the course itself.
I think it is.
Is it jerking when you're playing your shots?
No, not when we're doing the swing, but as soon as the ball leaves the club, yes. So it's not affecting gameplay. That one was smooth.
Oh, nice one, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave knows what to do. Shit.
Oh.
Mm.
Well done.
Yeah, good.
Just enough in it. Rooted. Oh no, there's a little bit going on. Good.
There was a little bit going on. Well read.
Yep, good.
Very similar. It should have been because of virtually where your ball was.
Yes.
Well, 9 holes gone. 3, 2, 1. Straight. going on? What a... Did I hear some chest beating going on there from Melbourne?
Little bit of silverback action going on there, Andy.
Silverback. Well, normally at this time of year, September can be quite a nice sort of month. Temperatures in the high teens, even low 20s. But unfortunately, September now is looking much more to be in the low teens, 12, 13, 14. Yesterday was dreadful.
Winter is coming.
Yeah. No, we don't want that.
Well, we've had a very early end to winter here, or everything's blossoming madly.
Not a bad shot.
It's nice.
So what are your temperatures at the moment, Phil?
It's actually very in between. I think today it was around about 14 or 15 or so. But I mean, we're just 2 weeks out of the coldest month of winter, August, which is the last month. So for up here, it's pretty mild. It feels like we're a month
shot,
ahead
though,
of schedule. Whoa.
Oh, good
Nice
shot. I like that shot.
I did too. Are there many kangaroos on the course still?
Yeah, they've come out a bit now. When they were desperate because it was so dry early in winter, there's no new grass around at all. But yeah, there's quite a few of them about now. And whenever it rains, they come down out of the trees and get out on the course. You haven't come up here for a while, though.
No, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Well,
Mm.
I can't play golf.
yeah. September was a month in the past, but
I deliberately came in a little bit. That wasn't a very good shot at all. Oof,
Ooh.
nearly missed it. Now, that would have been very annoying to be the last person to putt on the green and then 3-putt the thing.
All right.
Yeah, we're both breathing down Dave's neck here.
Ooh.
There's a lot of visible water on the course without the water really encroaching. Although, having said that, I've nearly put it in the stuff twice.
And this pin is not very helpful, given the wind.
Yeah.
Very helpful at all. Let me try a different shot. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
okay.
Oh,
That's an absolute disaster. That shot is impossible.
it's like once around, you're getting one of these timeout shots, Dave. Or
Uh, it's a terrible thing. And this is my good build, Andy.
yeah.
What's happening?
Or my only advice, for what it's worth, is that I invariably have the timeouts when I make the sensitivity high readings too high. I often get that, which is partly explains why I have the sensitivity readings very, very high. I'm sure I didn't have this high before, but
Oh, I've had them the same for literally years and I never touch them. So
yeah.
it's hard to explain.
But have you changed the physical size of your monitor over the years?
I have. Well, the big change was when I went from the little 27-inch monitor to the 65-inch OLED TV, and suddenly I went from 1080p to 4K, and that was the big adjustment I made 2 years ago. But since then, nothing's changed.
Come on, wind, hit it, hit it!
It has.
It's a beauty.
Well, this is one challenging shot.
Isn't it just? You're going to undo all the good work unless you produce one of your miracle shots here, Dave.
Well, that's what I'd like to try.
Well, we're right behind you here. Don't want to see you having timeouts off the tee like that.
450, 3% power loss, 14 headwinds. Jesus Christ. Select the right wind. There it is. Not too much.
Not bad though.
I've got some check on it.
I'm not unhappy with it. Leaving it short would have been worse.
37.7. It's not bad.
Yeah, good.
Yep, very nice.
$200.
And 6 inches downhill. Okay. 7, 6.
competent. One thing I did read in the last day or so was some particularly disturbing news coming out of the States that it was a particular poll that actually had Trump ahead of Harris for the first time
I
in a.
saw that the New York Post published a bloody poll today. Had him up by
Yeah.
one.
And I thought,
There better be no truth to that.
Well,
Yeah.
there's got to be some truth to it because she's gone from being odds-on favourite with the bookies, now Trump's odds-on favourite again. So
Really?
money's talking.
So it's interesting, isn't it? There was all that momentum. She's not actually done anything wrong, and it doesn't seem like Trump's done anything right, but it's just not carried through fully.
I think this debate is going to be huge. It's tomorrow. Do you know what time it is, Dave?
No idea, man. Absolutely no idea. But it would be in the afternoon, our
I
time.
assume you'll be watching it.
Probably not.
Really?
Nah. No, I'll get good coverage in the days following.
Yeah.
Like I started watching that Biden one. After 5 minutes, I couldn't bear it.
Oh, it was unwatchable, but I think with her it's going to be a different story.
I hope
Well, I
so.
hope so. Yeah. What I'd like to see, what I'm really hoping is that she gets under his skin and gets him to just start speaking.
Havel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that won't be hard to do.
Well, the trouble is that they've arranged for the mics to be turned off when it's not your turn to speaking, so that's good for Trump because that stops him doing that interrupting stuff. So it's sort of like forcing discipline on him. So it was interesting because I think the Democrats they were the first ones to agitate for that because Trump kept interrupting in earlier ones. But now that it's happened, it actually makes Trump look better because he knows that he can't be heard, so he doesn't try to speak and makes him seem a bit more presidential. So just goes to show, be careful what you wish for sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, bear in mind the election's in November.
Yeah,
Is it-
November 5.
And the inauguration takes place in January sometime.
Yep.
It does make me wonder why on earth the British Prime Minister is going over to America this week again. I think it's his second meeting. I'm thinking, but you're going to be having a meeting with Biden, who's he's a dead man walking, really, not to put too fine a point on it. But Starmer will be praying that Trump doesn't get in because it's quite clear that Trump isn't going to have much to do with the British, certainly the British Foreign Secretary, as he's made some pretty cogent sort of comments about Trump in the past, about him being a sociopath and all this type of thing. And I don't think Trump will be inclined to give him the time of bloody day.
Yeah. Well, the Australian ambassador to the US is Kevin Rudd, ex-Prime Minister, and he describes Trump as unhinged. And And Trump knows he said that, so that'll be interesting.
Trump has a
Yeah.
long memory.
He has a long memory for anyone that wrongs him.
Yeah, he has a vengeful memory, doesn't he? But it is scary. It's scary that it could still, after all the sort of hope with Kamala coming along, that Trump could still actually get into power. I'll tell you what, Americans are just absolute nutcases, aren't they? You know, to consider voting for that psycho.
Yeah, if they vote him in, fuck me. Like, I'd strongly be advocating for my sister to get the fuck out of there.
I just think, you know, like, people have sort of said, oh, you know, he's got the characteristics, the you know, personal sort of characteristics and stuff of someone like Hitler, and then everyone says you can't compare him to someone like that, but you can't. But you do wonder how much real damage he can actually do in a term in office. You know, he's unhinged enough to start hitting buttons and doing all sorts of things.
Well,
So
in his first term, he had enough sane people around him to stop his
yeah,
more base urges
yeah,
and talk him
yeah.
down. But this time around,
This
he's gonna be full of yes men. So
Yeah,
fuck.
and he knows much more about how to wield the power this time as well. So he'll get to where he wants to go a lot faster. But that Project 25 stuff will come back in, won't it? And
Yeah.
you know, it strikes me as one of those situations where if he does get in, after 4 years, people who voted for him will say, I never thought he'd be this bad. And you go, well, why wouldn't you think that? You know, all the evidence is there and, you know, people are outright saying it. But, you know, I guess if he does, we all just have to brace and hope for the best.
Yep, Seeger's a man of his word. He can end the Ukraine war in 24 hours
Yeah.
with a single phone call. Really?
The other thing he's done is get rid of any sense of responsibility or decency from the Republican Party. Now they just know they can lie and say whatever they like, and it doesn't matter. There's no effect.
Yeah, but I mean, that's taken the Republicans to follow him as well. You know, they're basically saying we don't care if the guy's a nutcase and a loon. If he's going to lead us to power, that's all that matters. You know, that's all we care about.
Yeah, and
We
they'll
don't care
find
about
someone
someone
else
being a loon.
even if he dies, they'll find someone like him to replace him.
So, yeah, he's a pretty unique character, I suspect. You know, like there'll be plenty trying to imitate him who bob up, including, like, you know, his son tries to do what he does, but he just is a different personality, just doesn't pull it off. You know, Trump has full belief somehow. Yeah, so it's, I mean, damn it, you know, we hope that Kamala gets in for 4 years of relative normalcy, but Jesus, if Trump gets in, just bloody hell, anything could happen, anything.
Yeah. He could end the world.
it's just amazing, really. But let's see what goes on.
Yeah,
Must
plus
admit, when Harris took over, I thought, right, that's it. Surely America's got to wake up now. They can't use it. Oh, I don't want to vote for somebody who is showing, unfortunately, all the signs of not, you know, extreme old age, sort of, dare I say it, senility, dementia, and all sorts of health problems. But yeah, sort of 6 weeks on, and I'm thinking, I'm just not sure now what's going to happen come the election time proper.
Yeah, and the other curveball too is that if it is a very close election, which it looks like, then in certain officials in certain Republican states might be quite invested in, you know, this time finding 11,000 votes, you know, where it might be needed. So there's all sorts of possibilities for shenanigans around the election itself, you know, and then what follows from that, you know, so bloody hell. Could just be absolute chaos.
We live in interesting times.
So,
Yeah, really.
60, 260. Right, so you,
you got to ask yourself, Andy, do you feel lucky, punk?
well,
Well, do
well,
you?
well, yes, I do actually, Dave.
Right.
It was a preamble to this, you know, in all the excitement, I forgot about how many bullets I.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. It's I forgot whether I put that club in my bag amongst all the excitement.
And it wasn't just what he said and the manner. It was the way his sort of face sort of slightly screwed up at the same time. It was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Timeless classic, really.
Yeah. Um, Go on, turn.
Maybe what we're seeing in where the polls are going is the reality coming home of, you know, like when I remember when Obama was going for the Democratic nomination against Hillary, and Bill Clinton said, you know, it's a fantasy wrapped in a dream, that kind of thing. Like, it's just beyond ridiculous that Obama would ever actually get voted in as president. And then, of course, it went on and happened. But, you know, he was just talking for a lot of people at that time, Clinton, about how unlikely it would be that a black man would be elected president. So this time round, because of Obama, we're kind of thinking, oh yeah, it's just going to happen. But you know, the reality is that it's a black woman running for presidency in America. You know, where they've got massive racial problems still. So, you know, and you wonder how much that's actually coming into play.
Yeah.
There's a few other things policy-wise as well, but if you are pro-Israeli, then you know, Republicans are a much safer bet than Kamala Harris and the Democrats. So, and that's a very powerful lobby as well.
But the issue of color, in a sense, is it might actually impact the choice of the next Conservative leader, because of the 5 people who are left. By far and away the most fluent speaker, and she's brilliant to listen to in the House of Commons, is a woman called Kemi Badenoch, who is Nigerian by birth, but boy is she, you know, there's none of this fluffing on when she's talking. She's really very, very fluent speaker.
Right.
You know, whether she's a conviction politician, I don't really know, but I just sort of think that if she doesn't get in, and there's actually a good chance she won't be elected, I just wonder whether the reason why some of the MPs and the Conservative Party members won't vote for it is because of her colour, which will be a crying shame if it is.
Yeah. But you've already had a British Prime Minister who's of Indian descent, and you know, so you've sort of crossed, and it wasn't really that much commented on, not that I saw from the Australian perspective anyway. Whereas when Obama did it in America, it was like everyone was in absolute shock, you know, like, and that was a big topic of debate, you know, how that was such a barrier and yet it was overcome. But
yes.
That New York Post poll, by the way, is New York Post is Murdoch, is it not?
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. So, so yeah, I wouldn't put it past the polls painting a certain picture.
Well,
But
yeah.
as you say, you know, the betting odds, that's the one that you pay attention to because
Yeah.
people are putting their money on it.
On the other hand, Brexit was 3-1 happening with the bookies.
Yeah, well, that's true.
They're not very good at when it comes to voting.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. You know, it's I mean, obviously people will put their money on what they really believe will happen, but then the question becomes who really knows.
Yeah. But I mean, for the bookies to give 3-1 Brexit in a 2-horse race, you know, that's pretty outrageous odds.
Yeah, yeah. But it was the classic of the people who would have voted no, just being complacent and not turning up.
Yeah, well,
It was like that Bart Simpson, the Simpsons episode where Bart ran for class president. And he was certain to win, but no one voted except for his opponent and his opponent's best friend.
yeah. Well, it doesn't look like it's got much break, except for the fact it's 7 inches downhill. Well, didn't have much break.
So why did you put it so far to the right, Dave?
Because it had so much right to left break in it, Andy. According to my poll. Maybe I ran it back to front. I'll have to review later.
Thought you'd have learned by now, though, that no good comes from waving your pole around the place.
It's a life lesson there.
I dare you to go down to the Jeff shed and wave your pole around on Wednesday.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure pepper spray would be very big.
Oh!
Yeah, it was in. That was never going to miss.
Bugger.
His flat.
Is this going to be a first
Actually-
drawn hole?
I think these greens are actually. You feel as though you should be making more putts on them than we actually are.
And Dave's charge to get back to the front, the three-way battle, is continuing.
Yeah, well, we know what the secret plan is. The secret plan is to creep up unawares, and then in the last 2 weeks of the year, just sort of get over the finishing line. Sorry, Dave, I've seen through the subterfuge that's going on.
That's fair. Oh, this is. Oh, no, I can't do it.
Oh, is there a long drive?
You've got to clear. You've got to clear
Yeah.
310.
Yeah, I think there's a shot for a maniac.
I'm not going to go for it. Fuck that.
Well, it's actually a very good little drive in all this.
Lost control of the camera. What's that? That was all a bit weird. Right, let's have a look and see. Question answered.
No, I'm. Hang on. Hang on to your hats here.
Oh, he's having a go.
As long as this is not. Should be long enough. As long as there's not out of bounds over there. Oh no! I've gone too far!
Oops.
No. No.
Oh
That's-
God!
Wow. I see the method.
Ah. Damn it. Ah. Ah, bloody hell.
Looks like an awful spot, Andy.
Hmm. I think I've just got to re-hit. Hmm. I was hoping to get a drop in that, but of course all that area's. Ah. Now I've got to do. Hmm. That's no use. Um, I'm just trying to work out where I am compared to the tee box. The tee box, I'm over there. It's over there to the right. Okay. Right, a drop there. Oh, God. Well, I'm going to do the same shot that I tried before, but this time I'm going to not go quite as far. Ooh. If I go in the water again, this will be the worst example of. See, that's where I wanted to be.
Wow.
The worst piece of course management you're ever going to witness. Trying to be a smart Alec. I hit it too far. Has anybody got the speed dial number of a psychologist, Dave?
Well, it was almost a heist, but
Oh, this could be. Oh no!
Oh, it just died. Oh, the wind
It
picked
did.
up to 20. Well,
Well, I'm going to try my best to try and salvage a bogey out of this hole, because otherwise, I'm toast. Still stayed at 10. Gone to 11 now. Sideways. Safe shot.
Yeah,
Done.
I still have too much. I think I've pulled it a little bit.
Okay, 105. This is a comedy of errors. You had to be bloody clever, didn't you? The self-loathing begins.
The bitterness creeps in.
The recriminations.
Yeah.
The party's imploding. You remember the old Get Smart series, the American sitcom?
I can't say that I recall that at
No,
all.
I don't think the British got all the ones that we got. It was a fantastic. It was a send-up of all the James Bond movies
It was
in a
bad.
half-hour thing. It was fantastic. But if it was Maxwell Smart who'd done your shot, the one that went into the water, he would have turned around to Agent 99 and said, "Missed it by that much," with his fingers held just so apart.
Right, let's have another look at this. 22. Okay, right. It's got to go in.
Oh, gave it a shot.
Yeah, good effort.
What to want it. Worse at the end. It's uphill. Oh, it's confusing. Terrible.
It's pretty solid. He's
Hmm.
Nice.
holding out pretty well.
Mm.
Ooh. Tried to leak out.
No.
There was a bit of a squeak from your voice as the ball was going towards the hole and just looking as though it was going to.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's...
Wasn't the noise of confidence.
Okay, so Dave's 4 ahead of me and 2 ahead of you, Dave.
Well, I'm about to make my move, Andy. Don't worry about
Okay. Well, I'm hoping to make a move as well, but judging by the last hole,
Well, this is a shortish par 5 with a tailwind and not many obstacles.
Oh, got the good bound as well.
It's begging for an eagle.
it's begging to be caned. 323. It's a candidate for a long drive, Dave.
Yep.
Oh no!
It might still be okay. Oh no, it's not.
Ugh. Look how wide that fairway is.
That should be okay. I didn't get the wind though, but well, I thought that was further over than it was, but never mind.
Right, 17.5% power loss. Got to do is find a way to get a 3-wood onto the green. Hi.
Not that club. Oh,
Not sure what you're complaining about, Andy.
You thought the wind
So
was going to carry it off the line.
Fantastic.
oh.
I can't actually like all the. Hang on. I was going to say the print's all gone weird, and I can't see who's leading, but I can now.
Dave's hit the 5-iron, I think.
Looks fantastic.
No.
Oh, this is
Wow. Wow,
this is
fantastic.
vintage stuff going on here.
Mm.
He's doing,
Hmm.
is he making a late charge for double busted?
No.
You know,
He might be.
yeah.
He's waiting for the wind. A bit less. Or a bit more. That's
6 feet away, yes. Very nice. It's pretty good, but it's going a bit. Oh no!
Gee, it looked really good for a moment.
Yeah, I thought I did a good shot.
0 check.
Really disappointing. I'm not going to use the pole. I know what I saw. Should have used the pole. About.
Right. One, two, three, two, 2, 1. Ah. He's got another one.
Wow.
Oh, baby.
Nice eagle, Dave.
Yeah.
5 under par. And I'm at the
Wow.
even, so you've got me in busted.
And
You're
I'm,
for Dave.
I'm only one out of bust.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Double busted.
You almost had to adjust that last comment.
Yeah, but Phil, you saw me wave the pole, and there was no adjustment in the inches. It looked flat.
Yeah, it's a bit of a theme tonight. Sounds that pole is deceptive,
It is
not to be trusted, not to be listened to.
it's tricksome.
Well, considering the benign state of the greens, I don't feel as though I've putted at all well tonight. But I think the leader has putted out very nicely.
It's a really interesting course, isn't it? Because it's
Oh,
basically.
Ooh,
Oh, that could have won.
I was thinking plug. Absolutely.
Sorry, Phil. We all got excited by the concept of that plugging.
Yeah, no, I think the gameplay takes precedent over just banter comments. I was going to say it's a flat course and flat fairways and flat greens. It's just the surrounds are incredible. Is it a real course?
No idea.
We don't know. We can find out. Right.
My guess is probably not. I mean, it's.
Oh, wind.
Okay, well, nobody's hit the green, but it wasn't an easy pin to get at with the wind the way it was. So, I think you've left yourself. Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
So that was the gift that kept on giving. Makes me not want to hit this much past here. And it's 18 inches downhill already. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this has been the fruitiest green we've come across.
Sounds like a term from the in-betweeners.
Right, so I'm in the bunker, so
If I get this wrong, it looks like the worst shot. Stop there, I'll take that.
Yep.
should be okay.
Good shot.
see?
So close.
Hmm. Wow. It's one of those putts where if it goes in, it looks really easy, and if it misses, it's going to be a disaster.
Yep.
Very good.
Well, we needed for mine to go in as well. It's made things a little bit easier. Oh.
The threat of double busted subsides slightly.
Mm.
Yeah, another day where I feel as though I'm driving better towards the end of the round. Oh, pardon me. Oh, it's this a super hook.
It was just because I've had a chance to do one all night.
Yeah.
Didn't go far, did it? That was a driver. It carried 195 again.
Oh, Dave. Well, I'll tell you what, and this is being in all seriousness, Dave. I think you should actually go onto the practice fairway and deliberately try to hit a timeout shot, and then just sort of once you have hit that shot, I mean, just sort of take an inordinate amount of time in the pause, say between the backswing and the through swing, and then just sort of see whether there's a particular tipping point. Because I
Yeah.
know with me, I can do that.
Definitely got to get to the bottom of it because it hasn't really been a factor in my game ever
No.
until now, and I don't like it one bit.
It's occasionally happened with me, and it's occasionally happened with Uncle Dave.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't seen it happen at all with you until the last month.
Good recovery.
Yeah, it is good recovery.
Okay, I got 163. Where's the wind?
That looks pretty good anyway.
Yeah, could have done with that 15 instead of the 11.
I think Uncle Dave hit the. I think I'm going to go with the 6 iron there. I've got a 15, 17. Oh, it's gone to bloody 12 now. That's big. No, but it was the 6 iron. Is yours 6 iron? 183?
Yes.
Oh, God. Right. $13, 40. Stay there. Yeah, confident.
Done.
Hmm.
Lovely putt.
That looks good.
It's great, brilliant.
Wow.
Very, very, very nice, Dave.
Need some extra smooth hole waving.
And here we are, the last hole.
Oh, what a pin. It's very neatly away.
Oh, I don't think that's the best place to come in from, Dave.
I thought over the bunker was the best.
Do you know what? I thought you were going to miss the fairway on the left there for a minute.
I was just happy it went full driver distance.
I'm trying to go tight to the right-hand side.
My line, Andy, was about 5 meters to the right of the right edge of the fairway. I must have pulled it 40 meters.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you fucking disgrace.
Wow.
It was nearly a disgrace.
So close.
Never mind, Dave. It gives us all the chance. Well, I mean, Dave is only 2 behind you, so you got to be careful here.
Yeah. Okay. 16% powerless. No.
Don't plug. Oh. All right. It all comes down to this. Just got to
Okay.
get a birdie and then just see what happens.
Is this going to be a super hook in, Dave?
Have some. It's going to have a little bit of gentle draw on it, Andy, for sure.
A range draw.
Range draw.
So it's a super gentle draw.
Yeah, super gentle draw.
It's a modicum of hook.
Technical term.
Whatever happens, it's going to go right to left.
It is. It is indeed. I'm just waiting for the right wind now. I've now got the right wind.
Not a bad shot at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Dave.
Yeah.
It's looking better. Oh, look at it. Look at it.
Oh,
Oh, that put the pressure on you, Dave, hasn't it? What a shot. Well played. 150.
oh, gorgeous. It's in. It's in.
Get out.
Wow.
Well, I didn't expect
And eagle on the last.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Well, it just goes to show how costly that visit to the water was.
Oh,
You know,
it was very costly.
Uh-oh.
oh, indeed.
Oh, Christ. I could actually lose it from here. This could be like Thursday night all over again.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
good shot.
Well done.
Yep.
Damn. Well done, Dave.
Look at that colour. Wow. What a hole. 2, 3, and 5. Wow.
Okay.
That's some drama.
Yeah.
Wasn't it just? Well, there was a quite a realistic chance that actually we could have all been tied at 2 under because both of your putts were missable, even from that range.
Yeah.
You could have snatched a draw or a win, Andy.
Yeah. Right. 268 and a 69.
Mm.
Ooh.
Well,